Hi everyone, we're missing James here today. There's only one chair video today, and we'll get through pretty much everything pretty quickly here. As far as I think we started doing the videos for the roundup, on Mondays for Betfair, and we're putting it on the site, so you should be able to go on, not the site, the Facebook page, Macbet Racing Tips. So if you go on there, you'll be able to check out what we did and how we go about doing things, and a few black bookers as well. That's coming up in the the next few weeks or something. So getting into today, the track's going to play pretty fast, I'd say. The rail's back in the inside part of the track. So usually they go good on that inside part. 3 zone, it's pretty fair, and as you go out a bit more, the track actually opens up a little bit more, and it allows the back markers to get into the race if they zoom in off the camber. So we'll just keep an eye on it, but in the first couple of races, the blokes with, if you get Macbet audio, we'll be able to send that out and give you our advice on how the track's playing and if there's any changes during the day. As far as Hong Kong goes, I think the first couple of meetings, Wednesday, we pretty much broke square. There wasn't a lot in it. We had a couple of chances there. One of our lays got up and won. I didn't think as much speed as there was. It really went on, and the horses that we liked were pretty vulnerable the last little bit, and Maria was able to come down the outside and knock us off. So that was a little bit disappointing. One other one won, and the rest of the meeting we were just fiddling around to, hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll get our teeth into the form, and the form will be a bit more settled because a lot of horses are first up. Anyway, getting on to this meeting, first question from Twitter, Daniel West, in race 7, looking at the map, will the Odyssey get a comfortable lead? That's probably true. He is going to get a fairly easy lead, but I was pretty concerned at his trial the other morning. I didn't think he trialled much good, and he raced against the older horses, but he was disappointing. God, he's going to go straight to the front, as you say, and get the fairly easy lead, but these are quite good horses, these ones. It really all depends on how this track's playing. If the leaders are going good, well then he's back in the race. But I would be concerned with him. Next question's from Scooter. Shelwa, race 6, couldn't have been held any harder in a trial and still won. Goes well fresh. What's your thoughts? True. Didn't go good, didn't let him go, put the blinkers on. Doesn't come out very fast out of the gates. That's the question mark that I've got. We've got him around about the market, around $2.10, but I'm races here, and he's down the bottom somewhere. We've got him, 210, it's 225. It's not something that we're looking to rush into, just because he can come or she can come out a little bit slow. So that's how we're not going to really play in that race too much at all, I don't think. I was happy to play when all the speed was in the race, and now a lot of it's all come out of the race, so the leaders are going to get a bit better shot at them, and that's Shelwa. So I just don't want to be taking $2.10 about a horse that could come out a little bit slow. What else we got? Heath Brown, what are you giving Francisca's chances in race 3? Feather on her back, stable flying, and if track is giving swoopers any sort of chance, should sail past them. Well, I didn't think Francisca's run the other day was anything to write home about. Has got the light weight, but I'm happy to back a couple that beat it. It's one that's going to get back in the field. I thought it didn't map real good. It's going to have to go back and give them start. There's a few horses drawn inside of it, so I'm sort of thinking, happy to bet against it. We've got it $8, so that's where we are, but that's one of the races we're actually playing in, Heath. Going to Facebook, Darren Winningham, race 8, number 7. Race 8, number 7. Race 8, number 7 is Trommelslagen. I don't think so. There's a stack of speed in this race, and I think it's one of the horses that'll kick up on the inside and maybe even hold out the favourite Langro, and that's a concern for Langro. And you've got Court's King pushing forward. I'm looking for a horse in that race midfield, but I am concerned about watching this track and seeing if the leaders are going to go all right. So that race is a total question mark for me at the moment because of just guessing on how the track's going to play. Langro was very, very impressive the other day at the coast on the worst part of the track. So I just thought Trommel Slagen, we've got it $19. The way it's just second up, and just the pace of the race could be vulnerable the last little bit. Shane Tyson, race 7, Gem of the Scotland, had good campaign last time in work. Should be too good for these at the weights if ready to go first up. That's the question, Shane. Whether he's got it right, whether he's got it ready. First up, no trial, but I concede he's a very good horse. He's close to, if I was forced to say something, he'd probably be one of our best horses. So going forward, so if he doesn't beat this lot, especially with the gate that Garibaldi's got and the way that the Odyssey did trial, well, I'm way out on what I'm thinking. So I think it'll be too good. I've got it around the market though, so it's not a play for me. It's a race that I'm going to be watching, but I would like to back it, but I just can't get it short enough. Guy Preston, hey fellas, race 2, horse 5, nibble at the $4. Race 2, it's a race 2, number 5. What do we got here? Counters to go. It's hard to beat. Posse up well. I thought there was going to be too much speed in this race for a lot of the on-pace horses, but now that Bon Costa's come out, it's going to make it a little bit easier for him to get into about second or third spot and be the one looming to win. He is going to have to chase Ready Set Boom, who runs him along fairly quickly, so he's going to be first on the scene. It's just a matter of whether he can hold off the closers. If the track's playing on pace, he's definitely hard to beat. I was surprised at how well he went the other day, so he's got a good chance. Where we go here? Andre Douglas, morning boys, race 8 all back, looks the goods here, but has been stacked with weight. Is he good enough to still beat these? Chance. Andre, he's not a real horse that I rush into these days. He's a bit in and out. It's a tough little race with all that speed in the race, and so you'll get into the right spot. That's the thing up in his favour. But we've got him $6 and he's $4.40 at the moment, so just a little bit unders for us. Chris Tate, thoughts on Barefoot Jensen race 3? Did a great job first preparation, or last preparation. Just was up a long time. The horse must have done really well because the trainer's a very good trainer. So it's just a matter of how much that's taken out of him. There's not a heap of speed in the race and he'll drift back a bit. That's the concern with this horse. So I'm against it at the moment. I've got it $9, and I'll be more against it if the track's playing as leaderish as I think it will. So I'm happy to bet in this race, and it's another one that I'm sort of looking to bet around because 12 or 13.50, not a lot of speed in the race. Sprint home, I'm just hoping it just run off its feet. Ben Board, race 7, number 1, the Odyssey is my best. Only query is being first up. Chance. Yeah, well, Ben, we've spoken about that one. Pretty much everyone is coming up with that horse, which surprises me. As pretty much really because, well, if you didn't see the trial, you'd say leader, be there. It's going to be hard to beat. So I can't blame you for doing it. But if you look at the trial, I think it's a worry. Nick Milner, race 1, number 6. Race 1, number 6. Clever Nick. Nick gets back in the field. The way the race is going to be run, it's going to be a problem for it, I think. So we're looking to bet around it. I think it's probably my second or third pick, but I'm sort of against it just because of where it's going to be. Got it $7 and $6, so there's not a lot of difference there. But I would have had it shorter if it was Eagle Farm or something like that. I think that's about all the questions as far as I can see. So We've got our sheets up there now, or Nick or James will have them loaded fairly quickly, but it's been passed on, so he'll have them all ready to go. Shark tin tomorrow, 10 races, big field. I think Brad's pretty much finished for a lot of them by now, even now, so we're ready to go there. And back on Wednesday we'll be back to Happy Valley. You can see a lot of our prices on Betfair up there, but and then if you get the sheets for the $33 for the 2 meetings, you get all our units and the comments on each horse and our maps and a few other things, so you get extras with what we send out. But if you want to have a look at Betfair, it's a good guide on what we're thinking and where we're going. That's about all from us, or from me today. Hopefully we can get away with a couple of winners. We like a couple there. We're looking for on-pace horses. That's what we're doing. All right, guys. Cheers. See ya.